The news alert tonight. Tonight, Bruce Maxwell of the Oakland A's, who's pictured up there, he became the first Major League Baseball player to kneel during the national anthem. You can see him kneeling right there, and we're going to talk about it a little bit to give you some information about Bruce Maxwell. This comes, as a lot of you know, soon after President Trump, just a day after President Trump said last night at the rally for Luther Strange, he made his comments that he thought that, and on Twitter today, he said that football players who don't stand for the national anthem should be fired. So it's reasonable to think that Bruce Maxwell is reacting to that, at least in part. But we'll read a couple of stories about this, and we'll hear your comments as well. But we want to just talk a little bit about this sports news, but it's also sports and politics and culture news as well. So we figured we'd come on the air a little bit and talk about it. If you have comments on this, you can write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner on Twitter. Special shout out, by the way, to viewer Hank Hill. The first I heard of this tonight was when Hank Hill tweeted me and said, "Hey, did you hear about this?" Well, he didn't literally say that, but he tweeted me the story, and then I subsequently heard about it. So thank you, Hank, for giving me a heads up. And so let's first look at this video. So this was posted by Al Bo Breaking News, and I guess it was originally posted by Jordan Heck, who apparently got it from somewhere, but some broadcast. But I just want to show you, it's just a short clip of just him kneeling for the anthem, and then afterwards standing up and a player like embracing him. So this was at the game. You can see the anthem is playing. I can't play you the music because they get really bad about copyright music on YouTube. They don't like copyright music. But you can say it's the end of the anthem, and he gets up and he has a hug with a teammate. And you can also see this teammate. Some athletes have done this thing where when some teammates kneel for the anthem to show solidarity, but they stand up, but they put their hand on the teammate. So that one teammate there had his hand on on Bruce Maxwell's shoulder, and then when Bruce Maxwell got up, that teammate gave him a hug. So, by the way, you might be wondering, is Bruce Maxwell, what ethnicity is he? I honestly don't know. I don't know if he is black, white, mixed race. So I honestly, at this point, don't know. Maybe one of the stories we'll read will tell us this. Just a question, occurred to me, so it might occur to you as well. So let's look at some. It's a couple stories about this. Get a little more information now about this. I want to make sure you can hear me. See? Yes, you can hear me. Wonderful. So. ESPN did a story. We'll check that out. And that says, thank you, by the way. Ooh, I forgot. Moderators in the chat room, thank you so much for moderating the chat tonight. It is much appreciated. And if you want to know when we're coming on the air with these news stories, we come on the air at all hours covering the news. You should subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell, and that way you'll get a notification when we come on the air. So here's a story from ESPN. This will tell us a little more. Athletics Bruce Maxwell, Oakland A's Bruce Maxwell, first MLB player to kneel during national anthem. Let's read a bit. So the story says Oakland Athletics catcher Bruce Maxwell became the first Major League Baseball player to kneel during the national anthem, doing so prior to Saturday night's home game against Texas Rangers. Maxwell had his hand over his heart while facing the flag. Sorry, I'm getting a little in the way here. Let me move that down. As the anthem was played, teammate Mark Canha placed his hand on Maxwell's shoulder in a show of support, and we saw that before from a different angle, so there's a shot of that happening right there. Minutes later, the Oakland A's, the baseball team he plays on, issued a statement supporting Maxwell. The Oakland A's pride ourselves on being inclusive. We respect and support all of our players' constitutional rights and freedom of expression, the statement read. Entering Saturday, the 26-year-old Maxwell has played in 71 games this season, batting .244 with 3 homers and 21 RBI. In 2015, Maxwell, the son of a U.S. Army veteran, so I had seen this mentioned in a couple of stories that he is a son of a U.S. Army veteran. In 2015, he told the Midland Reporter-Telegram that he was excited to play in a game on the 4th of July as he was born on a U.S. military installation in Wiesbaden, Germany, while his father, Bruce Jr., did a tour of duty overseas with the U.S. Army. And back in 2015, he said, "It means a little more to me," Maxwell said at the time. It means a little more to me, Maxwell said at the time. I take it a little more personal. It's closer to my heart than most holidays, and so it's just about a respect of guys that give their lives every day and their families that feel the repercussions of what they do over there, even in the States. It's a big thing for me, and it's an honor to play on this day. Prior to Saturday's game, Maxwell referenced President Donald Trump's speech on Friday night, that's last night, during which he was critical of athletes who wouldn't stand for the anthem. And you can see Bruce Maxwell actually posted tweets about President Trump's speech. So today at 12:58, Bruce Maxwell posted a tweet that said, "Don't be surprised if you start seeing athletes kneeling in other sports now. Comments like that coming from our president. Wow." So now, I don't know if when he wrote this tweet, did he already know he was going to kneel tonight, or maybe he decided it later in the day, but he wrote that today. And then later he said at 2:12 p.m., Bruce Maxwell tweeted out, "Inequality is being displayed bigger than ever right now as our president shows that freedom of protest and speech is not allowed." In a text message to the San Francisco Chronicle, Matt Sosnick, who's Maxwell's agent, confirmed that Maxwell kneeled in response to Trump's comments on Friday. Bruce's father is a proud military lifer. Anyone who knows Bruce or his parents is well aware that the Maxwell's love and appreciation for our country is indisputable, his agent told the Chronicle. And a couple more quotes from his agent. So, again, Bruce Maxwell of the Oakland A's, catcher, first MLB player to kneel for the national anthem. I'm going to read another story about it, but I want to remind you, we'll also take your comments as well. Feel free, if you have any other photos or tweets about this or anything, give me a shout at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. I'll read your comment on the air, or I'll try to read your comment on the air. And also, we just got a donation from Jerry OOG. Jerry OOG gave a donation and said RSBN rocks. Thank you, Jerry. We really appreciate that, because we're viewer supported. You might think we have all this money and everything, but we don't. We're very small, and we use the donations. The donations are what actually keeps us on the air. So if you like that we come on the air and cover all kinds of different stories at all hours, and give you an alternative to mainstream media coverage, please consider making a donation. Even small donations really help. You can donate by going to the YouTube chat right next to the broadcast and clicking on the $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. There's a little $sign there. Or you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. And again, don't forget, if you want to know when we're coming on the air, subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell. So let me go. I want to go to one more article here. And for those just joining us, just to reiterate, Bruce Maxwell of the Oakland A's became the first player tonight in Major League history to kneel during the national anthem. And I'll just show you this little piece of video that was posted by Jordan Heck and also by Albo Breaking News, where we just see a shot of the national anthem. And we see Bruce Maxwell kneeling and his teammate with his hand on him, on his shoulder in solidarity. And then at the end of the anthem, Bruce Maxwell gets up and they hug, him and his teammate. So that was from today. And that was from Albo Breaking News. Oops, what did I do? All right. Now I want to get to the other story. This is from Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report. They say Athletics catcher Bruce Maxwell becomes first MLB player to kneel for national anthem. And who's Susan Slusser with? I don't know. We'll see. Susan Slusser is with the San Francisco Chronicle. She's the A's beat writer. She tweeted out, here is A's rookie. Oops, what's going on? Where is this audio video coming from? I need to delete something. Something's gone wrong. This is Susan Slusser tweets from the Chronicle's Santiago Mejia. Here is A's rookie Bruce Maxwell becoming the first MLB player to take a knee for the national anthem. We saw that statement from the Oakland A's as well. Oops. Autoplay videos just killing me.
When I started
we saw this tweet in the other article on ESPN where Bruce Maxwell tweeted out today, "Don't be surprised if you start seeing athletes kneeling in other sports now. Comments like that coming from our president. Wow." So he was tweeting that in response to President Trump's comments last night. And this article also says, like the last article, Maxwell is the son of a U.S. soldier and was born on an Army base. And also this happened today. I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but President Trump withdrew the invitation from basketball Stephen Curry. He withdrew the invite to basketball player Stephen Curry to come to the White House, saying going to the White House is considered a great honor for a championship team. Stephen Curry is hesitating, therefore invitation is withdrawn. So If you have any thoughts on this, I'd like to hear your comments. You can write to me at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. Also, you can follow me on Twitter too. I cover a lot of breaking news stuff at Lookner. And Right Side Broadcasting's on Twitter is on Twitter at RSB Network. Hello to everybody both on Facebook and YouTube. And if you like this video, feel free to share it on Facebook and like it on YouTube. We're small, we can't afford to advertise. So when you do that, when you like it on YouTube and you share it on Facebook, that really helps get the word out about our videos. So thank you for doing that. Patriot of Truth says 100% with Donald comment on this. Davis Deaton says Mr. Maxwell was born in Wiesbaden, Germany. Yes, we said that before. Deplorable Sunshine says stupid hate bait. This man has his hat off and his hand over his heart. So I guess Deplorable Sunshine thinks our story about this is stupid hate bait. I don't see anything in our story that's suggesting we hate this person or we're encouraging people to. Our tweet was just that he became the first baseball player ever to kneel for the national anthem, which we thought was newsworthy. And there's our headline as well. So I'm sorry if you feel this is hate bait, but I don't personally see anything about this as hate bait. As evidence of that, I think our headline is pretty similar to ESPN, and if I think, given ESPN's proclivities, they probably like this rather than hate it. So I apologize if you think that, but I have to respectfully disagree with you that this is hate bait. Horse Bell writes in, play anthem when entitled brats in locker room. They are all attention seeking now. Nothing teachable, helping by doing that, just divisive. Ricky Renfro says, national anthem is under copyright law, public domain. That's interesting, Ricky, because you're saying when I didn't play it. However, I don't know, Ricky, if certain performances of it are under copyright. Like when they play it at a stadium, somebody's performing that. And I believe that is copyright. Like I don't believe I could just sell CDs of like a famous singer singing the national anthem last week. Now, maybe I'm wrong. But it's an interesting question. I'll have to do more research on that. Thanks, Ricky. Butchie Jand says, as if baseball did not have enough trouble attracting viewers. Barry George says, fire that guy. Isaac Barry agrees. Isaac Barry says Maxwell should be fired. The president was right about last night. So a bunch of you do not approve of Bruce Maxwell's doing this. I'm happy to read your comments either way, so let me know if you have comments on this at Lookner on Twitter. Paula Free says, disgraceful, show respect for your country and those that fought for your freedom. Alston Brown says, these rich, entitled athletes are completely out of touch with the American people. Respect our great country and flag. Roy Burnett says, we really need to just let them do their thing. The less attention we give them, the less the effect. And the person someone asked who's the person with their hand on him. We said this before. The person with the hand on him was the teammate named, I have it right here. Mark Canha. And just Mark Canha, the teammate. Oops. This is the teammate. It was Mark Canha, who is a right fielder for the Oakland A's. That was the teammate. He has 142 at-bats this year, 4 home runs and 12 RBI. Deplorable Dave says, so sick of this crap. This crap is being organized by the Democrats. I have no evidence this was organized by the Democrats tonight, but I appreciate you writing in, Dave, and giving your opinion. Deplorable Infidel says, Maxwell is just a nobody who wants attention. Hashtag boycott MLB. Clinton Body Count says, bottom line is these players are at work and they are being disrespectful to the customers, which is all of us. Fire them. Davis Deaton said, just for clarification, did President Trump withdraw his invite from the entire Warriors team or just from Mr. Curry? Do the Warriors still plan to visit? Any idea who the last president was before Trump to uninvite a championship player team? From the tweet, it's not clear to me whether Curry or the whole team was invited. I believe Steve Kerr today might have said they're not going to the White House, but let me see if I can get an update on that. I don't have anything quickly as I search here conclusive on that, so I'm not sure. I don't really have a good answer to your question about whether it was Curry or the whole team that was uninvited, whether they're still planning on going. What did Steve Kerr say? Let's see if... the Washington Post says... Well, I can't figure it out quickly, so I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what's going on with the Warriors' plans right now. I want to show you also some Twitter reaction to Bruce Maxwell's kneeling during the anthem today. A lot of people are posting on Twitter about it. I'm sure it's excited, strong feelings on for both pro and con. So there were a number of people supporting Bruce Maxwell on Twitter. For example, J. Scott Smith was happy with him and said, Bruce Maxwell, remember that name of all the veteran black players in MLB, a dude who has 104 career games stepped up. And this guy, Shea Serrano, says, I don't know anything about baseball, but I know Bruce Maxwell. I don't know anything about baseball, but I know Bruce Maxwell is my favorite player. So there definitely are people on Twitter supporting Bruce Maxwell. And here is the Oakland A's tweet that they tweeted out after the national anthem, by the way. They tweeted out this: the Oakland A's pride ourselves on being inclusive. We respect and support all of our players' constitutional rights and freedom of expression. So perhaps he had given them a heads up they were going to do it. Now, as you can see both sides here. So Oakland A's post this, and then the top, one of the top comments here is, you should stand because they can't, with, I guess, military deaths. And then somebody else responds, he has the right not to because of their sacrifice. So, you know, there's strong feelings on both sides of this tonight on social media. I'm sure you can find, whatever view you have, you can find people who agree with your side or disagree with your side. Now, interestingly related to this, I posted a tweet earlier today, which I thought made an interesting point, from Steve Herman. Let's see if I can find it for you. Here it is. And Steve Herman said earlier today, many of us who don't cover the NFL will be tuning in for the start of tomorrow's games to see how players react when the national anthem is played. So what will happen in football games tomorrow? Will a lot more football players kneel during the anthem or do something, protest during the anthem because of what President Trump said last night? I don't know. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens. You know, the first games start, well, I think there's an early game tomorrow morning in London. So I don't know what will happen there. Is that like 9:30 Eastern or something like that? I can tell you. But I believe, you know, the big schedule, that's, let's see, hold on a second. 9:30 Eastern, and then 1 p.m. is when there's like a big slate of games. So who knows, maybe we'll see some kind of action tomorrow. And, you know, another question is, will we see other baseball players do this? What will happen during basketball season? I have no idea. We'll just have to see what happens. Andrew Sova writes in, I think I will now ignore baseball too. Please, NHL, will you save me? So that's the story. We have the first baseball player in history taking a knee tonight at the Oakland A's game, Bruce Maxwell. And he clearly was not happy with President Trump's remarks last night, as he tweeted out today. And he tweeted out, you're going to be seeing players in other sports do this kind of thing. And he actually did it. So we'll have to see what happens in other sports and with other people in baseball if anything more happens. Christine Bestien just gave a donation, said, this Gold Star mother finds their behavior awful. Thank you for the donation, Christine. Yeah, your donation helps support us and keep us on the air, so we really appreciate it. Shal Arpton says, hope he has fun being a worthless player on an S team just like Kaepernick. OG says, look close at the pic of him. His hand is over his heart. Is this a Tebow kneel or a Cappy kneel? Big difference. Need more pics. So anyways, if we hear anything more, if there's any kind of big protest tomorrow or anything like that, we will keep you updated on this. I will certainly be posting on my Twitter feed. I'm at Lookner. I post a lot of breaking news. You can follow me there. Also, if you do like that we come on the air and do these kind of news videos, please consider making a donation, because we can only survive and stay on the air thanks to your support. You've supported us in the past, and you're the ones that let us come on the air and do stories and give you an alternative to the mainstream media. So if you'd like to donate, you can click on the $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat right next to the broadcast. If you go to the bottom of the chat room, there's a $sign on YouTube. You can click on that. Or you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. We even have a thing where you can get free right side stuff like right side mugs like this one by making a, oops, there was a little bug flying around in there in my water. By making a monthly donation. So if you're interested in getting goodies like this in exchange for a monthly donation, go to rsbn.tv/donate and you can read about that there. So thank you for the chat moderators. Guinevere, Jude were there tonight. I'm sure there were others as well. And thank you all for writing in with your comments. Thank you again for Hank Hill for being the first one to alert me to this story. And thank you all for watching out there on Facebook and YouTube. We might have been on Twitch for this broadcast, I'm not sure. But we're Right Side Broadcasting. When there's news happening, we come on the air and we bring it to you. We're agenda free. We just want to tell you the facts. So that's what we do here. So anyways, we'll be on the lookout for more breaking news in the future. For now, I'm Steve Lookner. Thank you so much for joining us here at Right Side Broadcasting tonight. And, if there's more breaking news later tonight, we'll come on the air. Otherwise, if there's breaking news tomorrow, we'll come on the air. Either way, I'm sure we'll see you soon. But from now, for all of us here at Right Side Broadcasting, have a great night, and we'll see you soon.